Hi again. Having just played back Real and Unreal, I just thought I didn't really express much about how it was unreal. I just thought I'd come back and just say a bit about how it's unreal, how that interpretation of the world is just that, an interpretation. It may be a good one, an accurate one, but nevertheless it's an interpretation. It's the world doesn't exist. There isn't a world other than the idea of the world. But it's beautiful. There's nothing wrong with the world. The world is it's wonderful, mystery, wonderful. But I just wanted to express a bit about the other side, the unrealness to the realness. Got my little girl here in my arms, so I'm looking down all the time. Yeah, so well, there isn't anyone doing anything to anyone else. There's just kind of there's just what happens. And the idea that there is someone doing something to someone else is also what happens. It's an idea that's happening. But yeah, there isn't anything. There isn't anything. And yet there's everything. Just to explain that a bit, I don't want to sound like it's just some non-dual speaker just speaks things and there's no actual explanation, as much as I can give an explanation. There isn't anything in the sense that there's nothing, there's no entity, there's nothing separate, real, there's nothing. Does that make sense? And the term that there's everything is that there's all these things that appear to be some things, all of those, everything, that's all there is. So there's no single thing, no single separate thing, but there's the appearance of many separate things. Oh God, I don't know. I really don't know what I'm talking about. I don't. But it's just what is seen to be. There's that's why I don't know. But yet I can still talk about, like I just did in the previous video, real and unreal, about the realness of the interpretation of the world. That's okay. And the realness, the feeling of it being so real and so true, and that arises. It arises, and it's okay for it to, for it to arise. It's okay. I think the suffering, I might have read this somewhere, I don't know, but it definitely feels true, that I think the suffering happens when things are taken to be real. When that worldview, for example, is seen to be real, just real, that can cause so much suffering, and just disempowerment and complete victimness, or any other thing could be used as an example. When things are taken to be real and only real, then that's suffering. But when there's the unreal, then it's not so serious, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, so that's where the beauty seems to lie, in the realness and the unrealness. So yeah, just wanted to finish off what I was saying really, and just clarify, and just to give a bit of balance to the realness.